Hi, this is Saccharines by Andre does horoscopes for the week. We're going to have a weekly outlook on many of our wonderful signs that are out there. Let's get started with today's show. Let's have a look at Aries for the next week. What's going to be happening for our wonderful Aries friends? So, bum, bum, bum. So for Aries, the health is going to be doing very, very well. You're going to be getting into a new physical, emotional, and spiritual self in the next week. I'm picking up that this is the turning point this week, that you're going to be making huge new decisions overall for your lifestyle. Also, looking into new dietary or physical exercise. Maybe on the agenda for this week for Aries. For financial part of the Aries week, I think we're going to be sitting up late at night, worrying about many of those things that are going on. But we're going to be making through that situation in due time. But this week, we're going to be worried about certain things that may not be necessarily something to worry about. Okay? So don't worry about it. I think you're going to be making it through this particular situation. There's going to be some new opportunities coming your way, and make sure that you look into them moving forward this week. For the people that we associate with, we're going to be taking a longer view of everything that's around us and actually starting to make new relationships and new organizations and all that sort of thing this week. So it's a time for growth for Aries this week in many assets in many areas of our lives. So make sure we're getting into that. And that's Aries for the upcoming week. Let's have a look at Taurus. Oop. Taurus for the new week coming up. So for Taurus, our health is going to be, we're going to have a lot of choices in our health situation coming this week, and we're going to be having to pick one or two to propel ourselves forward for the rest of the year. Financially, we're going to be doing pretty good. We're going to be getting some new opportunities and all that sort of thing moving forward for our financial health. So there may be some new job opportunities or some new business ideas that are going to be coming our way, and there's going to be very, very beneficial. We got that World card plainly viewed, and it's a good time for finances for Taurus this week. For the people that are around us, we're going to be moving away from many of the things that we normally do for other people and start to internalize many of the things that we need for ourselves, and looking after ourselves for the next week. So that's going to be a week of self-reflection and doing things for ourselves. Not a bad thing. We always have to take time for ourselves, and this is the week for that. Okay, let's get into Gemini. So, Gemini, what do we got for the next week? So, health-wise, I think we're coming to the end of a cycle for many Geminis of where we're feeling run down and emotionally, physically, and all that sort of thing. This is the week we're going to be getting over that particular situation and moving into better and better things. Financially, we got the right mix of things, and we can have that equalizer moving forward with many of the things that we're looking at financially. And there's going to be some brand new opportunities cropping up once we start to look for those things. And we're going to be the person that everybody's going to be coming to for the information that we have to help a lot of those other people around us in a big way this week. So you're going to be very, very busy for the week, and know that the physical situation that you find yourself in is coming to an end. Okay, so let's have a look at Cancer. For Cancers, there's going to be some hidden things that you've either know about or didn't know about, or you're going to be cropping up. There's it could be I think I'm picking up that it's an emotional thing that we're going to be facing. That's going to be cropping up, and it's going to be in the in the foreground that we have to pay attention to. So that's going to be this week, and the most of the week is going to be dealing with that particular situation. Financially, I think we're going to be getting through the darkness in a great way, because we may have been putting ourselves in a situation that we don't see any way out, but there's going to be something that's going to be coming out of the ether that's going to be guiding us for the rest of the week and for the rest of the month. For the people that are around us, we're going to be we thought we're going to be getting rid of certain people very swiftly, but they're going to be hanging around for a little more length of time, that we're going to have to deal with them, and we're going to have to start to change our thinking about these people in this week. Okay, that was Cancer. Let's have a look at Leo. Leo's health is going to be okay overall. I think emotionally we're going to be just fine. We're going to be making things change around us in a great way that will suit our needs health-wise. For the financial part, there's going to be some brand new things that are going to be coming on the horizon this week, and we're going to be taking the initiative on those particular things and actually running with it. With the people that we surround ourselves with, being more social and all that sort of thing is going to be a huge thing for this week coming up. And it's the end. We thought it was the end of certain relationships, but it's only the beginning of new relationships starting this week. So have fun with that, Leos. Virgo. Let's have a look at Virgo. Virgo's health is going to be a little on the downside as we're trying to cope with some emotional thing moving forward. And that's going to be taking up a lot of our time for the next little while. Financially, we're going to be hoping for certain things to happen, but they do not happen. So this can be where we're learning how to be flexible in our approach to many of the things that are around us and capitalize on those particular things moving forward. With the people that we surround ourselves with, we thought we're going to be hitting the ground running with many of our relationships, but that's going to be delayed for this week. And I think that's going to be at a later time when we're going to be really running with many new relationships. It won't be this week. It'll be probably the following week, moving forward with many of those new relationships coming our way. Let's have a look at Libra. Libra's health is going to be a little bit skewed for the next week or so. It's going to take a lot of physical effort and a little bit of inspiration from the other side to get into better health. We're kind of going to be, this week's going to be like kind of milling around the house, that sort of thing, and not taking that action. That's okay. We all need those times. But I think overall, once we get out of that fog, I think we're going to be getting into greater and better things. Financially, we're going to be stop tying ourselves to things that do not work and start actually getting into things that do work. That's in all of our things that we have financially. And we're going to be very generous with many of the people that are around us in the next week or so, offering advice, maybe some money, that sort of thing. Our support in new ventures. And that's going to be a big part in next week's life. Okay, for Libra. Okay, let's look at Scorpio. So Scorpio's health is going to be a little bit skewed for the next little while with something that we need to take care of, but we have not been taking care of it. This is the week to really analyze that particular situation and move forward with our new decisions that we need to make. This week also shows that our financial situation is not necessarily what it was all cracked up to be. And we're going to be making those changes moving forward and listening to other advice that's around us. And it's going to be much, much better going a different direction. For the people that are around us that we associate with, and we're going to stop looking at all the negative aspects of many of these relationships and start looking at the more positive parts of everything and actually building upon those relationships to move forward. Okay, so that was Scorpio. Let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius's health is going to be a little bit shaky for the next week. I think it's more of the emotional thing. I think we're tied up in some type of situation that we do not see any way out of. So make sure that you keep that in mind and actually work through it and stop. I think it's more of the emotional part of trying to control something that's out of our control. And once we relinquish that type of thinking, everything will start to go back to normal for ourselves. Financially, I think we're going to be sitting on top of the world with many of the decisions that we've made in the past, and it's going to be paying off in a big way this week. For the people that we surround ourselves with, I'm thinking we're going to be taking a little bit of a backseat with somebody else, taking the lead in many of the issues of the people that we associate with, and it's going to be working out just fine for us and giving us some breathing space this week. Okay, that was Sagittarius. Let's have a look at Capricorn. Capricorn's health is you're not taking that advice from somebody that's pointing out something that's going on with you, and you're going to be going your own way for a short period of time and until you make that switch around in your mind. But that's okay. It's a growing, learning experience for you. Financially, you're going to be getting into some muddy waters for the next little while as you're trying to make decisions without all the information available to you. And this is the week of sifting through all that information and making better choices this week. Friendships, we're going to move forward with uncertainty and not have those little victories that we were thinking of having this week with many of those relationships. Instead of trying to control the particular situation, just let it flow from universe, from us to everywhere else. Okay, that's Capricorn. Let's have a look at Aquarius. Aquarius, you were health-wise, you thought everything was going to be stopping, okay, but it's going to be continuing with many of the things that you were going through. So you're going to have to look for other solutions for many of those health issues that we've been having. Money-wise, you're going to have some celebrations and all that wonderful stuff. So we got the nice celebration card. You're going to be overwhelmed with many of the choices that you've made in the past. Okay. And relationships, you're going to be getting into the magic of everything with relationships. And it's going to be seeming very magical in the next week or so. Where you're making all the right moves at all the right times with many of the people that are around you. And it's going to be fabulous for you in this week coming up. Okay, so that was Aquarius. And let's look at Pisces. Will they have a good week? Last couple of weeks, it's been a little rough for them. Pisces, I think you're going to be emotionally strong for the next week or so. And you're going to be learning from all those wonderful things that you've learned in the last little while and build upon those in a big way. Financially, we're going to be doing okay. You're going to be making new decisions that are doing much better than they have in the past. Okay. Make sure that you implement many of those things in your life. People that we surround ourselves with, we're not going to be the center of attention for a while. I think there's some things that you're going to be working on with other people, okay? And finding your proper placement in the whole scheme of things. Okay, so that was Pisces for the week. And that was my show for today. About to hear. Thank you, everybody, for joining on Andre Does Horoscopes. We'll be back here at 11:15 next Saturday, so make sure you tune in for that. And make sure you go for our live shows that we do on every week on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And with that said, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.